Hello, everyone, and welcome of Spiritualism New Zealand. My name's Kim Chai. We are very fortunate to have with us July is from Kaikoura in New Zealand, and she calls herself an author and a holistic hypnosis practitioner. Welcome, July. Really good to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Kim, for inviting me. For me, this is an honor, and I'm very happy and excited and grateful. Thank
Of course,
you.
because today we are talking about gratitude. And
Hmm.
I have got lots of questions that I want to ask you, but we're going to start off first of all is gratitude is a habit, isn't it? And so why is this?
Because the state of being is not just a word that we say, it's not being polite, but because true gratitude is when we start seeing and recognize what we already have in our lives, not from entitlement, but from appreciation that everything and everyone is making our human experience possible. When we are grateful, we are also trusting ourselves, trusting God, trusting the universe and life that everything is working out for us. And true gratitude is that we start becoming abundant and happy and loving is intentional. That's why gratitude is the foundation of love, of abundance, of happiness. It's not the opposite. That's
Wow.
why gratitude is the most important first.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have
Yes.
a gratitude practice yourself?
Yes, I have many, but I have the mainly one, which is a prayer that I created many, many years ago. When once I found myself praying, like, God, please give me, give me, give me. I need to pay my bills and I need to pay this, and please take care of my man and the nature. And I heard a voice that said, why you are just begging? Stop begging, be grateful. And I remember that I felt shame, I felt embarrassed because it was like yeah, it is true. So from there I started creating my own gratitude prayers, and my gratitude prayers start with thank you, Father, or God, or the universe, for everything I am as a person and everything I have. Thank you, God, for looking after me, for loving me, for accepting me, protecting me, giving me everything I need. And thank you, God, for the money that I have. Thank you. So, in that way, I calling what I want into the present. So, I'm including what I have, but I also what I'm calling. So, that one is for me my number one gratitude practice that I say, I think, all the time, and also saying thank you, thank you for everything, even for the small things, for a glass of water, for a pen, for anything that I have, because everything is helping me and making my life better and easier. So that one is for me the number one practice that I use, that I have been doing for I think many years, like maybe
Yeah,
20 years. Yeah.
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 Wow. Can we use gratitude as a tool to manifest things?
Yes, because true gratitude. So gratitude is one of the highest frequencies. Is the highest emotion and state of being. So when we are grateful, we are being grateful for something that we already have.
Mm,
So if we start thinking about all the things that we have, we are feeling joyful and loving, and we can start thinking and being grateful for all the things that we want. So we can start in the present moment, because gratitude requires being in the present moment. It's not being in the future or also thinking about the past. No. When we are grateful, we are in the present moment, and we can call the things that we want. So thank you for the money. Thank you for the job that I have that I really love. Thank you so much for my health. Thank you so much for the car, the house. And in that way, we are in the present moment, in the joyful state of being. And that is what we allow us to be more grateful, because life is going to give us more things to be grateful. But if we are complaining, we are not going to receive more, because if we receive more, there are more things to complain about that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So even if
Interesting.
we receive everything, if we are complaining, we are going to keep complaining.
Mhm.
So gratitude is one of the most important keys for manifestation. Yes.
So it's very simple. So it's not I want, it's thank you for what I have.
Yes, as if you already have it.
Yes.
So when we say thank you for the car, I'm talking in the present.
Hmm.
Thank you for my money for the job that I have. I'm talking in the present moment. No, thank you for the car that I will have. No, thank you for the
Yeah,
car that I have.
I have. Yeah.
And
And
we
just
can,
like,
and yeah, and we can mix with the things that we already have in the moment. For example, it can be the house, it can be bed, our health, the things that we have, and we can add the things that we want.
hmm.
So it keeps the same frequency. It keeps the frequency.
So for people who have things going wrong in their lives,
Mm.
how can we be grateful then?
When things are not working, one of the best things that I discovered that we can do is being neutral.
Right.
Is ironically, do not force yourself to be happy. Do not force yourself to be even grateful. But something that you can do is being neutral. Neutral means it's not positive, it's not negative, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just in a state of being grounded. Just ground yourself, ground
Mm.
yourself. Because when we are too worried and too stressed and anxious, our mind is or in the past or is in the future, or copying the past to paste it in the future. So we are all over the place. But when we ground ourselves, we can, from there, in the present moment, intentionally, we need to start putting ourselves in a state of gratitude. But it has to be intentional, because it's not going to come naturally. So we have to start seeing more than us, seeing the people who are there, that we not just ourselves. There are people who are supporting us, maybe our loved ones, friends, colleagues. There are people there, that everything is not that bad as we think. Sometimes we think that everything is terrible, and no, it's not that bad. We are not in the hospital.
Yeah.
We are fine. So things are not that bad. And the problems maybe might be easier to solve. It's not that terrible as we think, but it's from there. And intentionally, we must apply gratitude. And then with that comes happiness and comes love, but it has to be intentional. Also, with happiness, with abundance, we need to practice. It's a practice, because it's very easy to complain and stay in a state of complaining. But
Yeah.
we have to put the intention, because complaining, nothing never grows there.
No.
It's nothing, and it sends you in a cycle of negativity, and everything starts goes worse and worse and worse. So it's
Mhm.
super important. Yeah.
So to quickly shift your state from feeling unhappy and lack to feeling happy and abundant, what's the quickest way to do that?
They're being grounded, looking for the present moment,
Right.
always looking for the present moment. And we can look for the present moment by doing something. So doing something can be or meditation, can be journaling. Go out, clean your house, change your mind, do any activity totally different. It's changing. Pick up a hobby. Maybe it can be crochet, maybe it can be something, but no, because you want to distract yourself, but it's a way to calm the mind and to ground yourself, at least for 1 hour, as long as you need, because
Yeah.
sometimes it's not that easy, but as long as you need, even if it has to be 1 week, it's fine. But ground yourself, and from there, make the decision to be grateful and to keep going up to keep, yeah, increasing the frequency. Otherwise, yeah, we can easily come back to complaining or easily come back to
Yeah.
unhappiness, because happiness is an addiction also. Some people like to be happy. That is the issue. Yes.
So there are some common thought patterns for people, aren't there, that stop them from living in gratitude. What's those thought patterns?
So the tough patterns are false beliefs, I would say.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so it's believing that entitlement. So okay, I don't need to be grateful because someone owns me that life owns me what I have. So
Right.
I must have it.
Okay.
So I don't need to be grateful for that. Also assuming that people know that they are grateful, that they know that they love me, that they know everything. So I don't need to express gratitude. I don't need to say anything. If I'm going to a restaurant, I don't need to say thank you because I'm paying. They already know it. So it's assuming that people know what we know and know what we feel, and not making any action at all until everything is gone, until the people gone, we lose the job, we lose everything, and we get surprised because what happened. Yeah, we never appreciated. We never see it. We never saw it. And another thing is misunderstanding and the thinking that if I'm grateful, people are going to misunderstand that. So they are going to think that I'm too nice, or they want something from me, or I want something from them, or I am flirting. So it's misunderstanding gratitude with other things, gratitude with complacency. One thing is being grateful for everything that I have. Another thing is being complacent. That is two completely separated. I can be
Right.
grateful for everything, but still I can want more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm allowed to want more money, more love, more happiness, but it's not mixing or confusing gratitude with mediocrity. It's totally different. It's totally different. Or poverty. No. We can be grateful, but still want more in life.
Yes.
We will still
Yeah.
keep growing because we are meant to grow
Yeah.
in all aspects of our lives, not just one. So also that is a misconceptions about gratitude are mainly misconceptions and a way to cover our fears. And yeah, because it's also helpful. We don't change what we see as something positive. It's very difficult. If we see something as a positive, for example, if we see that, for example, be complacent as a something, as a gratitude, we are not going to change that, because why we're going to change that habit or that fear if we see it as gratitude? So that could keep us stuck without knowing it.
Yes. Yeah. So some people find
Yes.
it quite hard to be happy, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, because the issue about really being happy is that we put happiness in a pedestal very, very high, far away from us. And we label it as the house, as the car, as the career, as the
Yes.
partner, the family. So now our happiness is very far away. Now we have to go there. And once we are there, we're going to be happy. And the issue is that when we get it, because at the end when we get it, we realize that, okay, I have the house, but I'm not happy. I feel
That's
the
right.
same. I
Yeah.
have the car, but I have the partner, the doors, the trips, everything, but I don't feel different. I don't feel
Mm.
happy. And now I'm stuck because now I have the house that I have to pay, a car that I have to pay, maybe a husband that I don't want. So what is happening? And that creates more unhappiness, because happiness is a choice, it's a decision, it's a daily choice
Right.
that you decide to be happy now, like not waiting. We don't have to wait for happiness. We don't have to wait for love, for peace, for gratitude. Something that requires training, requires effort, and it's a daily commitment. It's a daily commitment in every single moment to be
Mm.
happy, to be grateful. It's not waiting, because is that the waiting that creates more suffering and more unhappiness? and nothing guarantees that we're going to be happy with that thing that we put in our minds. So it's a choice. It's a totally choice, a commitment. So we don't have to pay for that also.
Right, I'm going to change tack slightly and just ask you a question. Have you had any struggles and how did you get over them?
Yes, I have had many, 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 because starting that I come from a very, very poor family. Like, came from Colombia, really extreme poverty, and with everything that comes with that, which is having really scarcity thoughts, really, really low self-esteem, and many things that were going on and were not working in my life. And I, when I came here in New Zealand, is when my really spiritual awakening started. But it started is because many things were not working. So I think that the biggest struggle for me was knowing, not knowing myself, confusing people pleasing with kindness, thinking that I'm very kind because I do this and I do that, and it was not. Confusing complacency with gratitude, confusing punishment with discipline, because I thought that, okay, if I've been punished, it's because that is discipline, because that what was I learned. And for me, that was the biggest struggle, learning, recognizing, and unlearning all those patterns, unlearning all those beliefs. And it's been a journey because it's taking one belief at a time and start changing them, changing one by one. And I started first to be happy with myself. That was the most important one. I want to be happy here with me, so I can sleep at night. I can go to sleep and be at peace with this person because I'm going to be with myself the whole life. So I started with that, with be happy and at peace with myself. And from there, I started changing a lot of shame that I have for only being myself, a lot of guilt, and for because those fears and those emotions, low emotions, were causing me that my external world were not working. It was me, but because I didn't know it, I was blaming outside and blaming here and blaming God and blaming everything from that side without recognizing that I was the one who has to change. And that's been the journey for me, and that's what I wrote in my book. My book is about that. My book is not about like be grateful and grateful. No, it's about recognize what you already have, also the person who you are. Be grateful first, be happy first, be at peace with yourself, and from there the life will start organizing itself without waiting, without
Wow.
waiting for
Yeah.
anything, for anyone. Yeah. So that
Wow.
is for me. That's
And what's the
been
name of your book?
the book is the gratitude theory. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
this book. Yeah. So the book is the ultimate guide to creating a life you truly enjoy, one you never need to escape from.
Oh, wow. That's very
Yes.
powerful.
Yeah.
And how
And
do
it's
people get that?
so on Amazon.
On Amazon,
And
right?
yeah, so
I'll
on
get the link and I'll put it below the video for people. Yeah.
yes. Okay, yes. On Amazon, I also have my Stan store. So,
Okay. What's that?
it's Stan that
Yeah.
store hash
Oh,
July
right.
Cortez official. Yeah, also
Okay.
then
I'll
you
put
can
that
see
link
the
there
link
as well.
through there.
That's wonderful. Thank you. So I learned about gratitude like you quite a few years ago, and every night before I go to sleep, I have been thinking I want to find three things in my day that I'm grateful for. And every day I find about 10 to 20 things
Mhm.
I can be grateful for. So three is a
Yeah,
tiny number, but I started off with three, and now it's easily 10, 15, 20 things. And it might be tiny things, but
yeah,
unless you stop and have a look, you don't realize how much positive is going on in your life.
yes, yeah. That everything is really much better than we think. Much better than we think. That everything is like doing pretty well. So sometimes
Yeah,
it's just games of the mind that
yeah,
is looking for what is lack. not what we have, but what is in lack.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
That's right. Oh, look, thank you so much for this. This has been
no,
absolutely fascinating. I am going to listen to it again because I don't always get the meaning in the first pass. So I'm going to listen to this video again because there's so many nuggets of wisdom that you've shared with us. And it might have been just a few minutes, but what you're saying is really quite deep and quite life transforming if we apply these principles. And and they're not difficult. It's
yeah,
something we can all do if we're in the right mindset.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So thank you so much. It's been fascinating.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.